Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
I've been practicing for over 12 years. I was born and raised in Missoula. This is where I want to practice, this is my community, and I want to be there to help the people I grew up with.
I began my legal career in the United States Marine Corps. And I moved to Missoula, Montana and began practicing, and I just couldn't imagine a better place to live. What inspired me to become an attorney is I really have a passion for people, especially helping people. What we do here at Holloway and Hulling is we represent people that are in a very difficult time of their life, and we're here to make sure that their rights are protected and they get what they deserve.
All right, good to be done with the spring game and have it unfold like you want to. I think back and forth, opportunity to see a lot of guys in a game-like situation and see how they respond. It certainly there was enough back and forth that I think as a head coach you can walk away and feel good about our team, continue to move forward. I know that we're 3 months off now from where we will make that transition to fall camp. But, I think we've been able to, we should just lock the door, breaking the action. But no, I think we were better off than we were 5 weeks ago. I know that. A much clearer direction of where individuals are at, and then ultimately to be able to, reshape the depth chart probably a little bit, and then, get a few guys healed up, and then get back to things. Actually, at the end of May, we get going the day after Memorial Day, and then we start fall camp in July this year because of playing week 0. So, really pleased with the guys' efforts. I think we came out each of these 15 days and went after it. There was no lull whatsoever, and I think we're a better team as we stand here today compared to when we started at the end of March.
Seemed like that top offensive line for the blue versus the top defensive front for the white pretty even. So what did you think of that exchange?
Yeah, back and forth. I know we gave up some pressure at times, and again, you're sitting back there as a head coach. That's good for the defense, and not so good for the offense. That's going to be the way it is. Without Paul Brott, I know on the defensive side, and Paul will factor in big. And then, offensively, I think the continued emergence of Cole Sane returning, JT Reed returning, Burke Mastel continuing to make progress. I think both those groups we can look at and say, hey, this is where where it starts for us on both sides of football, and they'll continue to make each other better. The battles two guys like Marcus Weir and Brody Grebe have over the course of the time they're going against one another just makes those guys better. I think those are two of the better players in our league, if not our division. So, it's good to start there. It's good to have some depth. Some I think we are building depth at the same time, and like where we're heading.
Obviously, to get the ball out of his hands pretty quick. Did you like his decision making today?
Yeah, I think standing back there, I think he did a pretty good job. There was a few times he maybe missed a few things, but ultimately completed the ball pretty well. He made some I think really one side to the other side to the field throws, and that was impressive. He's in a yellow jersey, so he doesn't have the ability to take off, but I think he handled that pretty well at the same time. Really good touchdown pass to Hunter to kind of cap his day off. So I think he continues to grow as a quarterback, and that's what this team needs. And it's with his arm certainly is the big piece that we need to keep moving forward.
Adam Jones looked good on both sides. What do you think of his ability to make some plays?
Yeah, Adam's had a real good spring, and I think we felt good about what Adam was able to do in the fall, but now to see that forward, a really good winner. Adam's going to play a big role on this football team, and he is he's gotten bigger and stronger, but he can he can move at the same time, and he's got a real knack just to fall forward and finish runs in that physical manner. So really pleased with him. Colson Kuhn, he had probably the best second half of camp of almost anybody on this team. So like him, and that's in addition to Elijah and Jared behind Julius and Scottre. So that position group, we feel really fortunate.
In the second half, I guess it seemed like there's a bit more offensive rhythm.
Well, the score dictated for probably the white team, the second group, to throw it a little bit more. I think they did a good job. I think that white O-line, which is pretty young, did a better job probably in the second half versus the first. I think on the blue team, we probably made a few more plays down the field, but no, I think the first quarter went so fast. I know there was a couple clock issues where incomplete passes, that thing was still rolling. So I think we lost some time in that first quarter, and that was maybe part of it.
And then what you see on Casey
Yeah, going out there and making the first three was certainly a positive. Having an opportunity again and getting that one blocked, we'll have to look at that, whether that was the ball not getting up or we got inside push. But I think Casey had a solid spring. I really do. And he is capable. But it's just finding a level of consistency ultimately that we need come those Saturdays in the fall.
Are you still planning on those three kickers / punters you have? Are those three that you're sticking with? Is still open?
I think we're potentially open. We're gonna analyze where Brendan's at. I think Brendan has the capabilities of being the best punter at our division in the country, and we want him to be that. And he certainly, the way he kicks the ball off is a real weapon. And so looking at, should we just have him do those two things and maybe some long distance attempts? I think there's real that we got to go through that, and then I think analyze to say is there a need to bring in some more competition. So I know not we're going to have the answer next week, but I do think we need to have an answer before we get going in the fall. Yeah.
Legal tip of the day. If you have contact with law enforcement, everything you say can be used against you. Be very polite, respect the badge, and simply say, please let me call my attorney, Dwight Schulte.
It became apparent to me that making a decision and putting that jersey, bestowing that honor on one guy, while we want to still do that, maybe we could do more. And we had three guys in this group, Montana natives, 2 O-linemen, and then Tommy, that we really wouldn't put. We can't put 41 on the O-lineman, and we wouldn't really want to put the 41 on Tommy. So you look at that group as a whole. I think they all bring things to the table that would be deserving. So just really tried to make it more about the whole group. Anytime a Montana native makes it all the way through our program, the impact that he has goes beyond what happens between the lines on Saturdays. So, this is a tradition that we, as long as I'm the head coach, will continue to do for those Montana seniors. And I think they all understand it's about one guy, but it's really about that group and how impactful that group has been, and certainly will be this next year.
What's that senior group? What do you sense kind of from their attitude, their expectations, just their general demeanor going into their final season of a really storied career so far?
Well, I think there's absolutely a sense of urgency, and the bigger that group is, with that sense of urgency, the better. We have 23 seniors, and I think each one of them, has been charged to have their very best year. And when you have a bigger number and those guys have the right mindset, the impact that can have on a team's success is probably one of the greatest factors a team can have. And their humility, and I think their willingness to be the leaders by example first is what this group is about. And we got a ways to go, but they're really going to be continue to be the tone setters as we go through through summer. And I know this group does not want to take a single thing for granted, and they don't want to waste a single day. And that's what we've done to this point here, towards the end of April, and we need to continue to do as we go through the summer.
Some of the guys on the white offensive line, Samora, Cedric, and you talked about a little bit about those guys earlier in the week. So they got some nice pushes on that touchdown drive. What you guys see about from them and how they.
Yeah, the days like today when they can get the whole game and all those reps, it's probably the most reps they would have gotten on any particular scrimmage activity, and just having to have a drive like that and stay on the field and finish a drive and to feel what that feels like. I think that's something that is unique to today for spring ball. So you mentioned Samora, Titan, and Cedric. I think all those guys are that next wave of how our depth's going to shape out. We had 7 guys on that the blue team that have become fairly solidified, but ideally we have 8, 9, and even 10 guys that are certainly making the trips with us, but capable of playing. And I do feel like those 3 you mentioned have made good strides this spring, and the jump they're going to make this summer has to be significant, so that coming out in this fall they're going to be able to go after it.
Is a will you marry me in your future? Or maybe you do it all over again. Hi, I'm Brian Toon with Jewelry Design Center, inviting you to come see the largest selection of Will You Marry Me in the state of Montana. The brightest diamonds of every shape and size, unique settings built to last, and skilled jewelers on site offering free sizing and maintenance for life, because that's how long we want to be your jeweler. Jewelry Design Center in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana Club.
On the play calling side, I guess starting with Tyler, what did you think about his just general play calling in this game, and then overall spring? How do you feel like he's?
Well, I look at it more from a spring perspective. Today in a spring game that's going to be televised, and you're going to play some things closer to the vest. I do know this. Our offense has been explosive. It's been creative, and we are still trying to strike a balance. And I think Tyler's got the thing going in the right direction as far as that. He's got the ability to be creative and sound all at the same time, and I think he knows full well that the balance that we're looking for is a work in progress. But no, I've been pleased with what we've been able to do in a short time with him as our coordinator.
With Bobby on the other side, just how you thought of his progress?
Yeah, it's experimenting with some things as we go through spring. It's finding out who can we lean on, who are going to be our playmakers on defense. Where can we push the envelope, so to speak. And I think we've done a lot of things through spring to try to claim those answers out of spring, and then go back and really evaluate what it all looked like. And we're going to stay within the scheme that we have run, but I do think on Saturdays in the fall that will look a little different, and that'll take on the personality of Bobby and Sean collectively. And I'm excited about the progress we've made. Yeah, we really felt like Hunter flashed in the fall, did some really good things to earn some playing time. We were able to continue to, redshirt him at the same time. He's got the size, the speed, the ball skills, but he's, the weight room's really helped him now, and he's stronger. His ability to block has been something, and I know that's been addressed and improved. And he missed a chunk with an ankle injury, but to see him come back these last couple of days has been encouraging, and to see him make that play and he made a couple plays that I think shows what he can do.
And then, sorry, just one more. I didn't get enough on Scott Trey.
He had an ankle coming into today. We weren't gonna give him a whole lot, and it just so happened the first play he got hit on the ankle, so he's fine. And he did some really good things to build off a great fall last season, and we look for big things from Scott Trey moving forward.
Just about the other injured guys who didn't play, are all those hopeful to come be back by fall? Do you have any update on that?
Yeah, many of those guys that didn't get all the spring are very much in line to be going right now. Essentially, we held back on a few guys that will be, and and we have a few that will be overlapping into the fall. I think that's the best way that I can put it right now. And by overlapping into our early start. But as we walk away from here, no one lost for the season or anything like that. But football is a physical game that needs to be practiced in such a way, and you. Every time you do that, spring or fall camp, there is an element of risk that we need to take to move forward, and we got to be smart about it. But my point is, some injuries are going to occur through that stretch, and I think we got out of spring in fairly good shape, and we need those guys that haven't been part of spring ball to keep their progress moving forward.
Thanks, Brent. Justice, what did you think of the overall exchange today, particularly up front?
Yeah, always a great time competing against them. We're kind of like two titans, Godzilla and King Kong. We're always competing any way we can. Always good to, iron sharpens iron, so that overall, really good day.
What sort of progress do you think you guys made as an offensive line group this spring?
Yeah, I think consistency, obviously continue to get better any way we can. I think meshing, we have a bunch of young guys thrown into, new positions, asked to do a little bit more. And, they took it on the chin, they worked, they showed up every day, wanting to get better. And that's always great. So I think we've just come a long way depth-wise and just overall as a unit.
Your last spring game, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, it's crazy to really think about how fast, they flown by. Obviously didn't have my first one because of COVID. But looking back at it now, I can't even imagine that was 4 years ago. So, just thankful for it all. I'm glad I was able to come out here and compete, like always.
Off the field, how much closer have you guys gotten? Because obviously you still do everything together. So how much closer have you guys gotten?
Yeah, we always like to goof around, try to get together anytime we can on the weekend, try to get better, in the wintertime, getting together, watching film, going on the field, doing extra field work, anything we can, just to build that camaraderie, come together as a O-line unit, because that's what makes a good O-line. The tighter they are, the better they are.
You just speak on where you guys started, got the idea from the tradition from, that came about. You spoke about it last year. Our old O-line coach Army, he showed us a Sports Illustrated article about the Denver Broncos sometime, I want to say like in the late 90s. And they went on a media strike. They said that they wouldn't do any media unless it's all of them. So we kind of took that in, and we've been riding with it. We've committed to the bid now, so you can't stop it now. So we got to keep it rolling.
You had two starters 2 years ago who are now kind of back from injury and replacing most likely a couple starters. So how unique is that, and how cool is it to have those guys back?
Yeah, Cole and JT, some veteran presence in our O-line room. They know what we do, how we get down. So obviously they're great for the younger guys. They're coming back, at the beginning of the spring, they were limited on the reps. They were able to be out there and to help coach the younger guys, the newer guys we had in here. But, just have them back, just that presence as well. It's just great to have them back completely.
Operationally today, how do you think you guys did just in terms of getting in and out of stuff?
Good. We always try to stay out of hole as much as we can. Obviously nice. It's different having the play clocks going. Always got to keep that in mind when it comes to operations, stuff like that. But I think we did a really good job. I think we only had one false start. Or was that? I think I was on the punt team anyway. So, I think we did a really good job.
What are your thoughts on Brody getting to 41 and then the other Montana seniors getting a patch now?
Yeah, the Melstone Cowboy, you can't say enough good things about him. He's a hardworking dude, blue collar, show up every day. The epitome of Montana. So obviously it's great to see him live that out. But yeah, super cool tradition that Coach Vigen started with the patch. I'll be honored to wear that. Glad to I'm born and raised here in Bozeman, Montana.
23, I think, of you seniors. So what is this last run to you?
Oh yeah, it's a giant conglomerate of so many classes. You got Old Man Cole representing 2018 all the way to Simi representing 2021. It's just we're trying to take advantage of every opportunity we have. So many older guys tell us all the time, you gotta appreciate it because before you know it's gonna be gone. And that's the mindset I've been having. That's the mindset all these seniors are trying to do, as well as rise up the younger class that we have with us. Because obviously 23 seniors is gonna be gone. That's a big chunk of a team. So just trying to instill our work ethic, our standards into them as best as we can before we depart.
Adam and Colson back had good plays. They would be proud of their progress.
Oh yeah, no, they're running a lot more confident. It's great to see them. like I said, Colson from Wyoming, Adam from over the hill, they exactly. Just came up, showed to work every day. Obviously you got the opportunity with Julius battling some injuries, was able to show up, and they took advantage of their opportunity. So you love to see that.
You guys have had national championship expectations every year. Now going into your last one, how does that change at all in your mind? How does the urgency, anything like that? How is mindset now with those expectations?
Yeah, we just try to show up and work every day. We try to be where our feet are as much as we can. Obviously, that's our big goal, but that doesn't get done if we don't have a great winter lifting period and then have a great spring ball. So, just try to take advantage of where we are, trying to maximize the opportunities we have right in front of us before looking down the hill. But of course, we want to do everything we can to continue to get to that.
How you take momentum from the spring then into the summer, into the rest of the offseason?
Say that again?
Momentum from this spring, how do you sort of carry it between now and fall camp?
Yeah, exactly. That's what a lot of young guys, they see a lot of great leaps in spring ball. So, trying to keep that much as we can, enjoy their time off, or, finish up finals, finish up school, enjoy some time off. But then come May, they're ready to rock and roll. We got to keep moving forward as much as we can.
Does it feel much different than the previous ones you've had?
It's always hard work. It's always going to be. You never know in Montana too. You never know what weather you're going to get. You can get all 4 seasons of blood practice, but like I said, just trying to be appreciative of it all. I feel like that's what my mindset was a lot better at. Just enjoying every opportunity. You only had 15 of them. Here we are, we're already done with it. So I think my mindset definitely changed. Trying to appreciate it all.
For over 12 years, I was born and raised in Missoula. This is where I want to practice. This is my community, and I want to be there to help the people I grew up with.
I began my legal career in the United States Marine Corps. And I moved to Missoula, Montana and began practicing, and I just couldn't imagine a better place to live. What inspired me to become an attorney is I really have a passion for people, especially helping people. What we do here at Holloway and Hulling is we represent people that are in a very difficult time of their life, and we're here to make sure that their rights are protected and they get what they deserve.
First off, just getting the 41, what can you say about the honor of wearing that number?
Oh, it's a huge honor. Like I kind of talked about the other day, the guys that came before me, guys that I looked up to, and guys that were the ultimate example for me, class act guys. Grant, then to Braden, then to RJ and Nolan and Chase too. All guys that are at the pinnacle of this program, leading it from the top, and being a great example for guys like me, being able to come in and look at them and know exactly what I have to do to be great, to be a leader on this team, and to be in the same category as them is the ultimate respect and ultimate honor for me.
What do you think about the patches that the other?
Yeah, I love that idea because those guys deserve it just as much as me, most of those guys, and I'm excited for them to be a part of it. And like I said, they deserve it. So
you made like 2 of the first 3 plays of the game at number 41, Brody Grebe, on the loudspeaker. So is it weird hearing a different number?
It was a little weird. I was just talking about, I was signing, my brother got one of those posters, and I signed it, and I wrote 10 just from habit. I go, B. Grebe 10. And he's like, you didn't even put your number on there. And I had already signed like 50 of them. So I was like, oh, shit. But yeah, it's a little going to take some getting used to. But yeah, it feels good.
What do you think just the overall exchange between your squad and the blue side today?
It went back and forth a lot. Our offense struggled a little bit at the beginning and then kind of got it rolling there at the end. So that's good to see. But in games like this, we want it to be back and forth and have our starting defense go at the starting offense, and we got to make plays. They got to make plays on us. If it's one-sided, then that's not a good team for either side. It's not a good thing as a team. So,
how much better do you think you've gotten by going up against Marcus so often?
A lot. The biggest thing is that's weird about being a D lineman rushing the passer is it's like baseball. You're losing a lot of the time. And to have this mindset that you're going to go out there and win every time, especially somebody as good as Marcus, you shouldn't have that mindset. And it sucks, obviously, because I want to win every time, and I'm competitive as hell. So that makes me mad for sure, but it makes me better going against him. And then even going against Connor on the other side, they give me different looks on both sides, the way that they set and the way that they use their hands and everything. So it makes me better every single day.
Meeting her stopped your world. The ring you give her should stop her heart.
Tina,
Will you marry me?
Not again! Don't worry, I'm gonna fix this because we want to be your jeweler on our beautiful diamond! Clear! Come back to me, Tina! Are you okay?
Yeah, exactly. They're the best O-line in the nation, and being able to go against that every day, and especially like with the new D-line this year, we got a lot of guys coming back, but a few new guys, and just learning the ropes and getting good reps against, like I said, the best O-line in the country. That's going to make us better, and I mean that's what we're striving for. We're trying to be the best D-line in the country. So.
Specifically on the interior, obviously it's tough to replace a guy like Sebastian, so guys that are trying to fill in that.
Alec and Paul, obviously FG's been a rock for us for a few years, Blake Schmidt. But Paul he's coming along, banged up his elbow at the end, but he did a really good job this spring, made a lot of TFLs, a lot of plays. Probably will win the production for the interior guys. Alec, he was getting through it for a while at the beginning, learning the system and getting beat up a little bit, but he came along really well at the end and proved that he can play out here with us and do a good job. And then we're just trying to get some depth from the guys behind them. And then the outside guys, the other DNs, have all gotten a decent amount of time in this program. Zach Cruz got a little bit, but Hunter Parsons and Kenny have played a lot, especially Kenny has played a lot for us. So him stepping in there is nothing new. And at the end, we're going to be pretty deep this year, so I'm excited about that.
How does this spring compare to the previous ones as far as you and so many of your classmates now being the last one that you're going to last season?
Well, for one, it's a little weird that it's the last one. Feels good, but I'm sure I'm gonna miss it here in a few days. So, but having a lot of seniors, a lot of leaders on the team, I think keeps practice rolling well. It's pretty always competitive, just because we do have so many seniors and we're pretty deep at a lot of positions. I mean, I know that we got hurt, our guys got hurt in a few positions, but just all the seniors, I think, makes it really competitive, which is good, which is going to make us better. So
I think the last 2 years, at least from the outside, there's a little bit like, hey, these are a young team. This sophomore, junior class still has time. Now that you don't have more time after this season, this is the last one. Is that you guys have the same mindset of like, hey, your season's up, or are you thinking like kind of one day at a time, whatever happens, they will figure it out down the road?
no, I think the way last year ended, that's hurting us still, and that's something that we've talked about, like taking the underdog mentality. Just because we have these guys coming back, we had everybody back from this season last season, so bunch of guys, and we didn't have the season that we wanted. So we're attacking it every single day like we got something to prove, which we do. So I think the sense of urgency is really high, and that's the plan, to keep going through the summer and keep getting better, because we got to.
What are the main objectives then this summer between now and fall camp?
Keep growing depth. Like I said, every position needs to grow in depth, because like you see with the guys getting hurt, it's next man up. Julius and Drew Polidor especially, those guys are going to hurt, but they'll be back, and it's good for guys to step up. That's kind of how everybody gets their first chance a lot of the time. I got a decent amount of time from guys getting hurt. So grow in depth, get bigger, faster, stronger in the weight room, and just develop bonds. Being able to know what each other is thinking is a lot of what happens on the football field, because it's not always going to end up right, especially in hand-to-hand combat on the D-line. For the linebackers to be able to play off of us and be able to read everything, we got to grow tighter as a group.
Brody, Coach Vigen spoke about your brother Bryce stepping up in the linebacker room. So how proud are you of his progress so far?
He's been doing a great job. He plays his tail off, which is the number one thing that I've told him coming in, is be a guy that they know will always play hard for him, and they'll find a spot for you. So I got a soft spot for him, but he's been at my house a lot trying to learn the defense and putting a lot of time in, so I'm excited for him.
You mentioned it up top. Like, how fun is that to combine for that tackle?
Yeah, that's always fun. I was talking crap to him afterwards. I said, "That's mine." He's, "No, it's not. That's my TFL." And so we got some friendly banter and stuff like that. So it's fun being out there with him.
Did you eat your hat?
Yeah, good.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any town pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.